Hello everybody. I thought I would do a process video this time for my memory keeping. Normally I just do, show you the end results. So I printed all my pictures using PicMonkey. I love to use their collage feature. And as you can tell, I'm doing a voiceover, so my hands are moving very quickly. I have this K & Company Army scrapbooking kit, a couple of papers from Paper Studio, which is Hobby Lobby, that I bought on sale that I'm going to try to use. And I've already cut a few things up. I don't like the colors, so I put a couple of things that I cut up onto the sheet already, that little star, that little kind of arrow that I made, and I cut these little strips up, and I'm going to put those at the top as like headers to cover up, because it's like a peachy pink going on for this week, and of course I don't want that for this. This is the week my son graduated from boot camp, so I'm doing a lot of red, white, and blue and patriotic stuff. And this is very photo heavy this week. Normally a normal week wouldn't have this many photos. I'm going to use these stickers that came with this extension pack for my Big Happy Planner. And that's how I put the numbers on also. I don't know where this sticker pack came from, but I'm going to use a little sticker from there also. It says don't forget, and not that I'm writing anything down that I need to do for the week, but that's where I'm going to journal, and I don't want to forget how special these memories are. These are some pictures from when we arrived at the hotel. They were doing renovations, so they gave us a suite, which was really nice. We had a separate living area for my, so when my son was hanging out, it was very nice. We had a lot of area to just hang out and relax. And that picture at the top is a barbecue place we stopped on the way there that was really good, so I took a picture. Beautiful little outdoor scene to eat. I'm laying down some washi. I don't have a lot of red, white, and blue or patriotic anything, so this washi was the only red washi I had that was like a true red. And I'm just kind of figuring out where I'm going to lay things down, and I've decided that I needed to frame a few pictures just for interest. It's probably the scrapbooker in me that needs to have some paper going around some of these pictures. And you can see I'm just kind of free cutting this one. Later on I get my trimmer out because I'm not good at free cutting, at getting things straight. It's not my thing. But yeah, so I give it a shot there, and I think I have to go back and fix it again. Anyway, but it adds a little bit of interest to have that paper behind it, I think. And the only reason I'm laying down this washi is I don't know how much of those strips are going to show, and I don't want that peachy pink. So anyway, that's the barbecue place. Really, it was a Leaper Creek, Texas, and it was so yummy. Like I said, they had a little outdoor area to eat, and it was a gorgeous day. So we just kind of stumbled across it. Saw the sign on the side of the road and decided to stop, which is the wonderful thing about road trips. You don't make a plan. Just go, oh, doesn't that look cool? Doesn't that look interesting? We'll just stop there. And, we're just driving from Texas to Oklahoma. It took us 8-9 hours, so not too bad. A lot of parents came a lot farther. There was a lady there that drove from New York. I can't even imagine. That is the little ribbon that I purchased. It says proud to be a soldier's mom, I think it is, or proud soldier mom. It's a yellow ribbon, and I wore it around the base. But my son did not want me to wear it when we were out and about for the day. Oh well, so I still have it. Those are some pictures we took of him. We did walk around. There's some old artillery and tanks and all sorts of things. There's a museum there. We did not get to tour the museum. We had kind of a limited time to visit with him. But I took a few pictures of him standing in front of that missile, which I thought was really fun. I'm leaving a little white space. I'm going to put some stickers and things in there, and maybe I'll journal a little bit, but most of my journaling is going to take place on the side there, I think, and maybe with a tip in. So, but I loved those pictures of him just standing there by himself. And of course, I'm going to add a little more interest there by putting some paper down. And like I said, I didn't get any of my planner stickers out, which I have a few for this that are specifically for memory planning for this Big Happy Planner. But I really liked these papers and a few stickers and embellishments that came with this paper pack, so I didn't pull anything else out. I just used the paper pack, which was nice. And I've sped this up a little bit, so I apologize for my hands looking really frantic while I'm doing this. But this ended up being over 20 minutes, and nobody wants to sit through a 20-minute video of someone deciding where to put papers down. This is a picture while we were having family visitation day. My son had 2 friends that he'd made in his platoon, and so we met them and their families at Red Lobster. They wanted Red Lobster for lunch. As soon as graduation was over, we had Red Lobster. So I'm just deciding where to put everything down. And then I had a picture of my son and myself, my husband and my son, and then a picture of my husband and I as we're excitedly waiting for the graduation ceremony to happen. And you know, we look like total dorks, but we were so excited. And then there's another picture there. My husband had told one of his friends that's not from Texas that he had to eat Whataburger. So for dinner, we met him and his family at Whataburger because my son insisted he needed that. He had to have a Whataburger before he left Oklahoma. Actually, they have them in Oklahoma and Texas, I guess. But yeah, I can't remember. He's from Ohio or something, so he'd never heard of Whataburger. And honestly, Whataburger doesn't excite me that much, but they've been eating MREs 2 meals a day and then 1 hot meal a day. So I would imagine that, yes, Whataburger is very exciting for them at that point. We went to a little Q&A one day, and people were disappointed because their soldier couldn't get out of uniform to go swimming or do anything like that. They had to stay in their dress uniform the whole time. And there were a lot of rules. You know, the beret had to come off as soon as they walked into a building. It had to go back on as soon as they walked out. They could not be drinking a drink or eating any kind of food and walking at the same time. They could not be on their phone and walking at the same time. There were a lot of rules, and the families were bummed, but the sergeant was saying, you know what? Your soldier's going to be so excited to eat McDonald's. Why are you worrying about them going swimming? They're just going to be excited to see you and eat McDonald's. They don't care about all that other stuff. And it was true. For us, it was Whataburger, but yes, they were just excited to get some food that wasn't on base, because even though the base they were on was huge and there were places to eat, when you're in boot camp, you don't get to do any of that. You're really limited to the area that you are in and limited to what you're allowed to do. And mentioning that one mom that drove from New York, her daughter got into trouble 2 days before graduation, and she did get to graduate. Some of the other girls involved did not. She did get to graduate, but she wasn't allowed to go on family day or anything. So kind of sad. 2 days before graduation they pulled a stunt, and that's what happened. So anyway, the top there is a picture of my son graduating, and it's just front and center, and I really wanted that to be very prominent. And over on all the way to the left underneath that star, I'm putting another of that same picture there to go on top of my journaling. It's my favorite picture. I'm standing there by the podium waiting to get called to go across stage right as they announced his name. So, and our name starts with a C, so he was in the 1st platoon. They went alphabetically, and anyway, so we didn't have to wait as long to see him walk across the stage, but very exciting. And there's the Whataburger picture. I found room for it. And there's that same picture I'm going to put over there on top of the journaling. And I ended up really liking this paper pack from K & Company. When we arrived home, or on the way home, we stopped in Granbury, Texas, which is where one of my daughters lives. 2 of my children live close by. Now one's in the military and one lives about 5 hours away. So, which I guess is not too bad. It could be much worse. So on the way home, we stopped in Granbury and had lunch with my daughter because my husband hadn't seen her in a long time. He's an over-the-road truck driver, and so he doesn't get to do as much visiting as I do. And then this is a picture of right before he left. We went out to my other daughter's house, which she just lives about 45 minutes away, so he could see the grandchildren. And we have a new grandbaby, a new grandson that arrived in December. And so every time he comes home, you know, JJ has grown so much that he wants to make sure he sees him every time he's home. Okay, so I'm just pulling out, looking at the stickers and the embellishments that came with this pack. And I really wanted to use these stars. And for some reason, These stars did not want to come off the sheet. I don't know if this pack had been hanging on the shelf a long time. This one says America the Beautiful, so I decided to put that up there. And I finally get a few stars to come off and start sticking them around. I'm not doing, by the way, my journaling as part of these process videos, and it's for a couple reasons. Number one, I want to think about what I say and make sure it's, you know, I'm wording it the way I want to, and that's kind of time consuming. And number two, some of it's private. So, but I do share this finished product on my Instagram, which is just at papercraftsandplanners if you want to follow me there, because I do end up, after this video is over, adding a lot more to this, a few different stickers and things, and I think I put a couple more words at the top, and just after I looked at it, I was like, oh, I need some more stuff. So I never, as anybody who watches my art journal videos knows, I never know when to quit. I just keep going. Anyway, I really like the way this came out, even though it's basically just photos you're seeing.